Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 263. We're going to be talking about a tyrannosaur today, and that tyrannosaur is Bistahieversor. And so, this is an artist illustration of what Bistahieversor possibly looks like. And so, yeah, this is a very nice illustration right here of this Bistahieversor. Information about Bistahieversor. The name means Bistahie destroyer. Also, some paleontologists also call it the Bistahie beast. But the actual translation of the name is Bistahie destroyer. The length of Bistahieversor is 26 to 29.5 feet, or 8 to 9 meters. Height is 8 feet, or 2.4 meters. Weight is 5,000 to 6,000 to 6,600 pounds. So 5,600 5,000 to 6,600 pounds. And it lived 75.5 to 74.5 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period, and the fossils are found in New Mexico in the United States, and it was described by Carr and Williamson in 2010. So this dinosaur is over 15 years old. So it's over 15 years old. So it'll be 16 this year. And so yeah, so this dinosaur has been around for a little while. And yeah, and Thomas Carr was one of the paleontologists that actually got to name this dinosaur. So that's actually pretty cool. And so here is a map of the United States, and where I have circled here in the American Southwest, that that is New Mexico, this green state that is in between Arizona, Texas, part of Oklahoma, Colorado, and even part of Utah. And so, yeah, that's where New Mexico is. That's where the fossils of Bistahieversor have been found. And here's a size chart of Bistahieversor compared to a modern human male. And so, yeah, so considered to be a little bit on the medium sized amongst the tyrannosaurs. And then here is an illustration of the skeleton of Bistahieversor by Scott Hartman. And so we don't have a lot of fossil material of Bistahieversor. So what we have so far is basically some juvenile specimens. And in terms of adult specimens, it's very scrappy. So we have a nearly complete skull and a partial lower jaw, but we have small bits of vertebrae, some limb bones, but that's pretty much it. And that's what we got for Bistahieversor. And yeah, so that's what we mostly have for the fossil record of Bistahieversor. More information about Bistahieversor. It is part of the Tyrannosauroidea family, so it is a tyrannosaur, and is part of the Eutyrannosauria group. And some paleontologists are discussing about whether or not to actually place it in its own family group of tyrannosaurs called the Bistahieversoroideae, And so, yeah, that's probably what it is kind of leaning toward a little bit now, but it's getting close. It's getting very, very close, but it's still in the Eutyrannosauria family group of tyrannosaurs. Uh, Typical traits of the tyrannosaurs for Bistahieversor is a large skull. That's what most tyrannosaurs actually have, is a very large skull. Uh, Large serrated teeth, D-shaped in cross section. That's what you normally get of tyrannosaurs. Is that majority? Is there when you have a cross section of their teeth, they're D-shaped, whereas most other meat-eating dinosaurs are very thin types of teeth. Unless if you're Spinosaurs, you actually have very circular cross-section teeth, and so that's pretty much what you're going to get of what tyrannosaurs are going to have is very large teeth, D-shaped in cross-section. Bistahieversor will also have great senses, like vision, smell, and hearing. That's what you're mostly are going to have for tyrannosaurs. But other meat-eating dinosaurs still have these things. Is that some of them just are not as good as as tyrannosaurs. The only exceptions in terms of theropods is some of the other Coelurosauria group of dinosaurs. So that includes, like, say, ornithomimids, the maybe the therizinosaurs. You also have the dromaeosaurs and the troodontids, they have pretty good senses as well. But smell is actually a very, very powerful sense for tyrannosaurs. And so that's what we're going to see mostly. But they still have very good vision and hearing, but very powerful senses of smell. And also, Bistahieversor would all have a very powerful bite, and their teeth are designed to are pretty much designed to puncture right through bone. They'll probably not have a bite force that is close to Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it will actually be on the harder side amongst tyrannosaurs. But it will be pretty close to, like, say, maybe Lythronax and even maybe Teratophonius. And so that's where you can draw the line in terms of bite force for Bistahieversor, in terms of bite force. And of course, Bistahieversor, like all tyrannosaurs, is a carnivore. It eats meat. The environment in which Bistahieversor lived in would have been warm and humid. The plants that were around, there would have been plenty of trees, ferns, cycads, and flowers. And of course, no grass. There was no grass during this kind of time. There have been like waterways, like say rivers, lakes, ponds, and of course the Western Interior Seaway, and that will be on the further corner of New Mexico around that kind of time. And so the Western Interior Seaway would have been in the area for Bistahieversor. And of course, there would have been other types of animals around, like insects, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, birds or avian dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and of course, other non avian dinosaurs. And the prey that Bistahieversor went after would have been ankylosaurs. There were ankylosaurs around. There were also hadrosaurs. Some of them did look like say, Critosaurus or Parasaurolophus, those types of dinosaurs. And then you got ceratopsians, so you got Navajoceratops and Pentaceratops that was also around at that kind of time. And then you also have Pachycephalosaurs that were around too. And so, yeah, that would have been a lot of the prey species that would have been around. And Bistahieversor would have been one of the top predators in its time. Now, there is some fossils that might indicate there might have been another tyrannosaur in the area, but that still remains to be seen. We need more fossil material to determine this if Bistahieversor was the second uh, pre- large predator in its environment, or was it the largest predator in its environment where it lived? The extinction of Bistahieversor was mostly due to climate change. The climate was starting to get drier, so it was starting to get much warmer. And of course, the Western Interior Seaway was beginning to retreat. And that is also a reason for the retreat. And also another reason for the retreat, the early formation of the Rocky Mountains. Around 74 million years ago, that was really, really close to that time, was when the Rocky Mountains started to form. Just slowly but surely was starting to take formation. And yeah, and then when we have that type of uh, tectonic thing happening, that's when like the Western Interior Seaway started to retreat and started getting skinnier and skinnier as it as you go further south. It got much skinnier in North America, where the Gulf really was. And then when you go further north, that's when the Interior Seaway was a little bit larger, but was still starting to shrink in that time. But the Western Interior Seaway, uh, in the end of the Age of Dinosaurs, or in the end of Mesozoic, 66 million years ago, some remnants of the Western Interior Seaway was actually in the north, like say in pretty close to North Dakota and in some parts of Canada. That's where the Western Interior Seaway was still remnant there at the end of the Age of Dinosaurs, but Bistahieversor lived before the KPG extinction event. And so here is a map of North America around 75 million years ago. And so where this circle is, that's where the fossils of Bistahieversor have been found. So that one corner, that northwest corner of New Mexico, that's where you're going to find Bistahieversor fossils. And yeah, and you can see they're kind of pretty close to the shoreline of the of the Western Interior Seaway. And so Bistahieversor probably did see the Western Interior Seaway during its time. And the next episode will be on June 11th, 2026, and that'll be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, you guys should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is for private conversations only. So please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook post. And also for you YouTubers out there, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. According to my analytics, a lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button on the videos, so that's why the video gets spread out to people interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general, so please feel free to do so. So hit that like button, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. And also, share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general, so please feel free to do so. And also hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also, if you go on my channel and you go onto the post tab, I post updates on videos, even paleontology news, mainly in the dinosaur news section area of paleontology. And of course, I post polls every 3 days on the channel, and you guys can interact and actually participate in the polls. And you guys are awesome in participating in the polls, and that is really, really awesome that you guys are doing that. And also, for you YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. All of you guys are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are awesome. Give me the great questions for the Q&A episodes, so keep up the great work. And also make sure you keep your questions short and to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for younger people out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. So, best motivation you can have for a good education is very important. Have a good education. So, with a good education, you get a good job in the future. And also, quick update is that on June 8th, 2026, is my first program that I am doing at the Rhinelander Library in Rhinelander, Wisconsin at 1 p.m. Central Time. So if you're in Rhinelander, Wisconsin on June 8th around 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, come on up, and I'm going to be talking about tyrannosaurs. And so tyrannosaurs is this year's theme for my program. And so come on down, learn about tyrannosaurs. I also got some awesome stuff to show you guys, like some like replicas, actual fossils, and also some models that I have to showcase you guys about tyrannosaurs. And also come on up and say hi, and also get to enjoy me giving me information about tyrannosaurs, about like say the discovery of like say Tyrannosaurus Rex, and also the family tree of tyrannosaurs, and of course the features of Tyrannosaurus, and also what paleontology right now is talking about Tyrannosaurus today. And so yeah, come on up in Rhinelander, Wisconsin on June 8th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Central Time. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.